Hello, hello, Lisa here, and I had a lot of questions last month on my monthly calendar spread. A lot of people wanted to know what I did to make the sun. And what I did was I used the free Cocoa Daisy printables, and I thought I'd give you a quick tutorial on how I did that. I love adding different elements. I don't do this every month, but when I saw the printables for October, I had to do the same thing that I did last month. So you want to print out the page that you want. I wanted the page 2, because the A5 size, because of this leaf here. So what I do is I have my inserts, and I use Lights Planners Action monthly inserts. They're my favorite. And the Cocoa Daisy printables have crop lines, and so I put them right, this one I'm going to put right at the crop line. You don't want to go over the crop line because the crop line will print on your insert, and you don't want that. So I put it right under it. I use a cheaper washi that's not too sticky, because sometimes if it's too sticky, it will pull the paper off when you pull it off. And I want all the splatter and this on my printable, so I'm gonna just tape it in a couple of spots so that when I put it through my printable again, it's gonna print this area. This I don't worry about because my insert's not on that. You don't have to worry about that. So I'm gonna go print this. Be right back. Okay, so I put this through the printer, and you're gonna just untape it. And look at that. I just have a nice, I love that leaf pattern. I love how it turned out. Isn't that pretty? And you have the splatter down here, but you don't have the pumpkins. So next, what I wanted to do was on the other side, I want it just at the bottom. So I'm going to turn this around, and I'm going to kind of, I don't want all of it. I just want a little bit, maybe about like that. You know, it takes trial and error to get it where you want it. I just don't want the pumpkin leaves. I don't want any of this up here, but I do want the splatter. So you just kind of position that how you want it. And I think that will be perfect. And tape it down. You can add more tape if you want. Just be careful, is wherever you add tape, it's not going to print on your insert. So if you're wanting the splatter, you don't want to tape up here, because it's not gonna, you're gonna not get that splatter. So I'm going to run this through the printer. Make sure you put it in your printer the right way, or it's going to print funny. Be right back. Okay, so that is done printing. Undo your tape. And look at that. This is one of my favorite things to do. That's why you got to be careful with the washi. It'll tear your paper. And I use really nice paper. So the cheaper the washi, the better. But I'll put something there and you will never know. So now I'm kind of thinking that I want just a little bit right here. So I want just a tad. So I can put in my Hello October stickers I made. So you just kind of put it down, and do I want it? It's sometimes hard because I love it all. I think I just want the edge here. So you're going to tape this here. You'll still get a little splatter, but not much. So down here, I don't want this. So what do? What you do is you get a scrap piece of paper, and I want some of the splatter, but I don't want all this. So the best way to do that, you get a scrap piece of paper, and you just kind of put it over that, so that when it prints, like I'll get some of this splatter over here, but I won't get, it takes a little bit to get the hang of this, but I won't get all of the sunflower and all this stuff. So anyway, and then you'll do the same thing. You'll tape that down. You just have to make sure you have enough covered that it's not going to print the design underneath. So that ought to do it. About like that. Looks good. Then you're going to tape that down. And trim the edge so that it fits in your printer. Make sure it's taped down though, because sometimes if it's not taped down good enough, it'll shift in your printer and the design might come out a tad bit crooked. So I'm going to run this through, and here it is. And so you just untape everything and see how it printed on the paper, but it didn't. I got a little splatter, but I kind of like it. So you undo that and undo the tape on top. And look, you have just a little bit. And it makes your monthly. Look at this. How pretty is that? Now you can, I like the different splatters because it literally looks like paint splatter. If I had to do it again, I would have added a little more over here. But you know what? By the time I get my Hello October sticker up and get all my stickers on, you're not going to notice. And you could be more particular about it. It's kind of your preference. But it gives you another option to use the printables. And, you know, if you had a different page or you had a bigger calendar, you could almost use the pumpkins. And I probably could have used some of that with the smaller, maybe A6 or even a mini Dory size. Really, with this technique, the possibilities are endless, and I want you to go try it. And I hope you enjoyed the tutorial and it helped you see how I use the printables to print on my monthly calendar. And thanks for watching.